Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Shafali and I am back again with another video. And this video is last part of the chemistry board series that we were doing. Today we are going to cover part E, that is section E of this paper. This paper is of 2025. It is set 1 of chemistry, and the section A, B, C and D has already been uploaded on my channel. A separate playlist has been made for you guys. Go check it out. I have also given answers with the questions that we were discussing. So the thorough discussion of the answer has not been done because I want to clear this in the start of the video only, that I am only providing you with answers and questions of this year. I am not explaining that to you. If you have any doubt in any question, you can comment on the comment section and I will try to make a separate playlist for it. Sorry, a separate video for it. And yes, so if you have any query regarding any question, any topic, do let me know. I'll make a video, separate video for it. Okay, but in this video, I am just going to give you questions and the answers that were uh, asked in your chemistry board examination in 2025, which is set 1. Okay. Also, before I start, if you're new here and listening to my voice for the first time, please do consider subscribing my channel. Also share it with your friends and family who are in need of one such video. I do share a lot of academic stuff here. We also do sometimes art related work, and yeah, sometimes cooking videos too come here. Okay, so yes, so for integrated course you can join in. Okay, join the family, jokes apart, but join the family and it will be a big support for me. So let's get back to the topic. Section E we are going to discuss today. Section E consists of three questions from question number 31 to 33, and each question carries 5 marks. So let's see what questions were asked in your set 1 of paper 2025. So this is your section E. Question number 31, part A. Part A consists of sub questions. First question is account for the following. Give reason type questions has been asked from DNF block element. The whole question number 31 consists of questions asked from DNF block elements, chapter DNF block elements. First question is the E naught Mn2 positive to Mn value for manganese is highly negative, whereas E naught Mn3 positive, Mn2 positive is highly positive. Why so? You have to answer, you have to give reason, and this question consists of 1 marks. So let's see what the answer for it will be. So this is the answer for it, and here you have to tell about the stability of the Mn2 positive and Mn3 positive according to the electronic configuration. The answer has been written for you. You can read it once. Next is question number part 2. Actinoids show wide range of oxidation states, and the reason again for it is it's because of the 5f, 6d, and 7s orbitals. They are very close and their energies are almost similar. That's why they're very close, and that leads to the transfer of electron, and due to which they show wide oxidation states. Next is third part. Transition metal have high melting point because of the strong metallic bonds. When transition metals are generally unpaired electrons, they have unpaired electrons in it, and because of that unpaired electron, it leads to the formation of metallic bonds. So that is the reason that transition elements have strong metallic bonding. That's why high melting point. So this was part A, and under part A, first part was it. Second part, there is the ionic equations that you have to complete. This part of the ionic equation has been written in the question. You have to complete it, give the product. So here the product has been written for you. Again, this question is very important, frequently asked in your board examination. This whole question was from DNF block element. Next is B part. Answer the following questions. First, name two elements of 3D series for which the third ionization enthalpies are quite high. So the two elements are manganese and zinc. Next is Part 2. Out of KMnO4 and K2MnO4, which one is paramagnetic and why? K2MnO4 is paramagnetic while KMnO4 is diamagnetic. Now, if you are aware of the paramagnetic and diamagnetic character, you know the ones which have unpaired electrons in the d orbital, those are termed as paramagnetic, whereas the ones which are having which have fully filled configuration, that are termed as diamagnetic. Again, they're asking you why. Half marks will be given when you're going to write the answer as paramagnetic, which one is correct, that is K2MnO4, and half marks will be given to you when you give the reason. So it has unpaired electron, that's why it is paramagnetic in nature. Next is the third part. Write any one consequences of lanthanoid contraction. So there are 3-4 points in lanthanoid contraction. The consequences, there are 3-4 consequences of lanthanoid contraction. You just have to write any one which you remember at the moment. Write that. Here I have written, there is no regular trends in ionization potential in the group. You can write any one that you have learned or that you remember at that time. Okay. Fourth point, how do you prepare potassium magnet from pyrolusitol? So this is pyrolusitol, MnO2, and this is your potassium magnet, which is K2MnO4. So you are going to react this with KOH and O2, and this will give you your dark green substance, which is K2MnO4. Next, why is the ability of oxygen more than fluorine to stabilize higher oxidation states of transition metals? So the reason for it is that oxygen forms multiple bonds, that is sigma as well as pi bonds, whereas fluorine is a terminal element, it only forms one bond. So that's the reason, and you can read this one. This is the complete answer for it. So this is your question number 31, okay, which has two parts in it, which section A and sorry, part A and part B. Part A also consists of 5 questions. Part B also consists of 5 questions. Both the question has asked from D and F block elements. So this is it. Question number 32. A part. Okay. An organic compound X having molecular formula C5H10O can show various properties depending on its structures. Draw each of these structure if it is shows Cannizzaro reaction, reduces Tollens reagent, has a chiral carbon, gives positive iodoform test. Write the reaction involved in the following: Clemmensen reduction and Itard reaction. So 2,2 dimethyl propanol, that is your answer for the first, that is shows Cannizzaro reaction. Then 2-methyl butanol and pentane 2-on. Then they're asking you Clemmensen reduction and Itard reaction. Again, name reactions are very important, are mostly asked in your board examination, so do learn them. Okay. Next is part B, which is an optional question. Okay, either you have to attempt part A1, A question, or B question. It's up to you, whichever you remember at that time, or you know that you know better and you can write the better answer for it. Choose that one. Answer the following questions. First, draw structures of the methyl hemiacetal of methanol. So this is methanol, which will react with methanol and will give you methyl hemiacetal. You have to write this one step reaction and this will give you 1 marks. Next, there are two NH2 groups in semicarbazites. However, only one is involved in the formation of semicarbazone. Give reason. So the answer has been written for you. Read it once and you will understand it. This question is asked from amine chapter. Next, how will you convert ethanol to 3-hydroxybutanol? So this is the conversion that has been done for you. Ethanol, when reacts with PCC, gives you ethanol, which ethanol when reacts with PCC gives you ethanol, which when reacts with a suitable base gives you 3-hydroxybutanol. Next is complete the following reaction. This will be the product. This question has not been done, so this question on purpose has been left for you. Sometimes you people are, I mean, you should also work a bit, for yourself. So this question you find it out, and if you don't get the answer for it, do let me know on the comment section. I'll try my best to make a video again for the same, and I'll explain it also. Okay, but research it a bit, okay, and try to find it out. Next, calculate the EMF of the following cell at 25 degrees Celsius. This is question number 33, which is the last question. Question from Nernst equation is asked every year. Very simple these questions are. So do, and this question is for 3 marks, by the way. I'll show you. This is the question. Question number 33. Okay. This is the Nernst equation question I'm talking about. It's of 3 marks. It's a very basic question. You just have to put the formula and you just need to know few concepts, and 3 marks will be yours. Okay. So this is the formula. You have to write the oxidation reaction, reduction reaction, overall reaction. Then you have to find the standard EMF, okay, which has the formula E naught cathode minus E naught anode, and it will be all easy. Next, state Faraday's second law of electrolysis. How much electricity is required in terms of Faraday for the reduction of 1 mole of Cr2O7 2 negative to Cr3 3 positive? So this is from NCERT. You just have to tell how many moles of electrons are there, and then it will be done. So there will be 6 Faraday. Okay. This is for 1 marks. Another thing that was asked in the question was Faraday's second law. This is Faraday's second law here. This question is again asked in choice. This is part A, and there's part B to it, which is again a choice question. You have to attempt A or B. Answer the following question. Okay, the conductivity of 0.20 molarity solution of KCl is 2.48 into 10 to the power minus 2 Siemens per centimeter. Calculate its molar conductivity and degree of dissociation. So you have to calculate the molar conductivity and degree of dissociation. To calculate the degree of dissociation, you can use this formula for strong electrolyte and you'll get the answer. Next, calculate delta G naught of the following cell. I'll give you the formula for this, and it is very easy to solve it. Delta G naught equals to minus NF E naught cell. Now, what is E naught cell? E naught cell is E naught cathode minus E naught anode. Now, what is E naught cathode and what is E naught anode? You search a bit. Cathode is where the reduction takes place, anode is where the oxidation takes place, and according to it, when you know the concept, you're going to find out the value from this one that has been given, standard reduction values that has been given to you. Put the value, find out the value of E naught cell. F value has, F stands for Faraday, so 1 Faraday has already been given to you. What's the value of N? The number of electron transferred in the reaction, that is 2. Put the value and you will get the value answer for delta G naught. Such an easy question. I think this has been asked for 2 marks or so. Yeah, this is for 2 marks. Very easy. What type of cell is mercury cell? Why is it more advantageous than dry cell? So mercury cell is a primary cell. Okay, it's a rechargeable primary cell, and the advantage it hold over dry cell is that it provides with the larger longer shelf life, and it is shelf written here, it should be cell, longer cell life and constant voltage output that it provides. It has high capacity, it provides with low impurity levels. So you just have to write one use, because it is asked for 1 marks. Half marks will be given to you for writing that it is a primary cell, and half marks will be given to you for the advantage. So this was your paper of 2025. I hope the video was helpful for you. If it was, please do consider subscribing. It's a request again. And again, I'm telling you, I have not discussed any question here. If you want if in any topic you have any problem related to anything related chemistry, okay, or this question paper, if you don't find any question easy to understand, do let me know on the comment section. I'll make a separate video for it, and I will explain the concept there for you. Okay, but in this video I have just given questions and answers of the questions which has been asked in your board examination. So yes, see you in the next video. Till then, keep studying, take care of yourself, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.